Thanks for joining. My name is Rex St. John. I work on ecosystem at Saga, and I'm here with Casmir. And he's been working on Saga Cassiopeia for our Saga Multiverse Hackathon. And if you could take a moment to introduce yourself and what's your background and how did you come across Saga?
Sure. So I've been in blockchain since 2011. Got into Bitcoin white paper really early on. Wrote an article about it while I was financial editor for a magazine I was working for in Chicago, and just recognized that this is like the decentralized future. Started mining Bitcoin on my two laptops. Then got involved in the early communities in Los Angeles, and I moved to Paris. I got heavily involved in Ethereum early on in 2016. I worked on Sneakerhunt, which was based around NBA's 2Ks, in-game sneaker buying store. Yeah, I've been working on my startup Sneakerhunt since 2019, and now I'm on phase three of deploying it on Saga.
What made you interested in deploying on Saga?
Well, for one, I've been following the Tendermint Cosmos ecosystem since around 2019 when I was in the Binance Fellowship. And part of my early research is multi-chain and cross-chain gaming, specifically for NFTs and metadata.
What was your experience with Saga Cassiopeia standing up and launching your chain?
I had a really great experience. The documentation was really clear and exploratory. Once I got everything running, it was pretty easy, just a similar developer flow as Solidity and on Ethereum.
How do you compare Saga Cassiopeia to other L2s, rollups as a service, other scaling solutions you've tried?
Yeah, I think the main difference is the fact that I was able to get my chain up and running so quickly. It was just as simple as almost just deploying a smart contract on Ethereum.
How did it feel to know you could get your own L1 in a few minutes?
It was really exciting. It was like stepping into the future because, being in blockchain over the past years, being able to stand up a blockchain took a lot of DevOps and a lot of DevSecOps. And, you have to be able to run backend nodes and clouds and deploy things in a very secure method, and having validator nodes and that whole setup, being able to just be deployed like that was really fantastic.
What was your message to other developers that are considering different scaling solutions now that you've tried Saga Cassiopeia?
I'm actually advocating for it at my day job because I'm a hacker by night. I think that being able to deploy your own layer one is something that people are kind of afraid of, or it just seems like it's a lot of overhead.
What do you think are the advantages of having your own L1 versus, an L2 or other scaling solutions?
You've got a lot more control. It allows me to not only have my own chain, but I can launch my own token. And I think that's really key, especially if you want to run a closed system, which a lot of companies want that capability. But, being able to put all those different pieces together, a lot of times it's expensive, both manpower hours as well as financially.
What are the new use cases that you can see being possible now that it's this easy to get your own L1?
I mean, it really opens up the idea of metaverse and multi-chain hops.
What do you think is going to be the impact of Saga Cassiopeia and further technologies on the market, like making it easy to have your own L1? What do you think that's going to do for developers?
It makes it, easy for me as a solo hacker, solo developer to get up and running without necessarily having to raise a bunch of funding initially to be able to bring on folks to hire.
How much time to market do you think it saves you to have something like Cassiopeia?
With the way things had been back in 2019 compared to my experience with Cassiopeia now, I probably could have had Sneaker Credit up and running in 3 months.